Hi, I'm Ron Polk, designer of the Polk Workbench and the Total Station. And today I'm going to answer the question of how do I clamp my Festool Track? And the answer is I don't. The Festool Track has on it a couple of strips on the bottom that keep it from moving. My saw and setup goes back quite a few years. They've replaced it with more updated models, and I've yet to ever clamp my track. It does not move. Just the pressure of the saw, the fact that it has the sticky bottoms on it, it doesn't slip, it doesn't creep. It absolutely doesn't move. So I don't clamp my tracks. Now they're clamps that you've seen me use for clamping on my bench, the screw clamps. They slip underneath and they'll clamp it down. If I'm using my router with the offset base, of course I'm not putting the pressure on the track when I'm doing that, that's when I'll clamp it. So I'll clamp it for routing. I don't clamp it for using the track saw. It's very fast, very efficient, and very accurate. Now, as a bonus tip or question that I want to answer that I get asked a lot is, so you got the track, so which is better, table saw or track saw? Neither. I need them both. To be a production carpenter working on houses, I need a table saw, absolutely, and the track saw extends what I can do with the table saw so that it gives me what it would be like in the field if I had a very large sliding table. Instead of having a big, large, expensive sliding table, the track replaces that. So for big plywood, big pieces, I break them down with the track. If I'm cutting cabinets using the parallel guides, which are an option, I can make cabinet sides one after another that are perfectly cut, just like I'd get on a big $15,000 sliding table saw. But when it comes to narrow, repetitive rips, I still use the table saw. So in this case, I'm doing a small kitchen remodel right now, and I've got to build up the soffits, and so I'm using this AC plywood as the structure to accept the finished product, and I need two 8-foot pieces that are about 5 7/8, and I need two 8-foot pieces that are about 3.5 inches. So I cut 2 chunks off, and now I'll run them through the table saw to get my finished cuts. So there is no which one or the other, it's both. The track saw just takes what we could do with the table saw to a level that we couldn't even consider doing efficiently with a job site table saw. Even a big Powermatic saw in the shop won't do what the track will do. You really have to think of the track as giving you the capabilities of a big sliding table, like a 10-foot stroke on a big machine. Just rather than moving the wood with the table across the table saw, you're keeping the material stable and moving the saw across the wood. If you try to run a big piece of plywood through a job site saw like this, or even like I said, even a standard 10-inch shop saw like a Powermatic or a Jet or one of those, you're still muscling the plywood through there, very little bit of movement, and you get some wobble in your cut. You get none of that with the track saw. So these are very inexpensive when you think about value and not price. So hopefully that'll answer your questions that I get a lot on how do I clamp them and which is better, table saw or track saw. If you're interested in a set of plans to build yourself a workbench like this, or the Total Station, or both, in this video you'll see a link. It'll take you right over to my website where you can purchase the plans. Once you purchase them, instantaneously you'll get a receipt in your email box, and at the bottom of that receipt there's a link. You click on that link and you download the plans instantaneously. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.